Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be voicing over a vlog that I recorded while I was at Midsummer Scream 2023. To those of you that know what Midsummer Scream is, this was my first ever year going and I now see why it's so popular. To those of you that don't know what it is, it's pretty much a huge horror convention where there's haunted mazes and booths with horror-related items, panels, famous horror-related people you can meet, and one of my favorite parts, the horrifying cosplaying. As you can see in the background, I went as Springtrap for Midsummer Scream, and I was able to walk around the entire show floor and take pictures with tons of people. This vlog will be going over my entire experience at Midsummer Scream. I hope you guys enjoy my first ever vlog. Right when the doors opened on Sunday, we did a photo shoot in the lobby area to show off the suit. Once we filmed a little showcase, which is the one that you just saw in the background, we moved to the Voices of Horror video games panel. I really wanted to see this because one of my favorite voice actors of all time, Kellen Goff, was going to be there. Next, you'll see some clips from the panel. I also want to point out that I was not the one recording during this, so I do apologize for any shaky camera movements.
Kellen Goff, voice and motion capture actress of Lady Demetrius from Resident Evil Village, Maggie Robertson. Voice actress of Danielle Demetrius and Elena from Resident Evil Village, and voice and performance capture for Jill Valentine from the remake of Resident Evil 3, Nicole Tompkins. And your host, creative director and president of PCB Productions, Keith Aram.
This is awesome. Hey guys. How you guys doing? Is it too early for everybody?
Yes.
It's like 11:30, right? We're all
I did musical theater at the time. That's not the unconventional thing. What was unconventional, I did animation on Newgrounds and YouTube when it was in its infancy. Yeah, see a couple of Newgrounders out there. We had this little tight-knit community, and that of just like these kids coming up in this new internet world. It's crazy how fast it's moved now. But at the time, there wasn't any cast and call club or anything to get voice actors online for indie stuff. So we just used each other. With our permission, I would tend to be the one they come to a lot, and the more I did it, the more I'm like, I like this. My dad will tell you I used to copy SpongeBob when it was on the TV. So when I figured out it was something viable that I could do with my life, something you can get paid for, I went for it. I was the youngest student in Bob Bergen's class at the time, and he set me on the right path. And lots of good people. Now, then I booked a role called Fun Time Freddy, and that sort of launched it further.
That's awesome. Thank you. And Maggie.
Against their will, because I was using the TV to research the past games in the series that before going to the current one. But now, audition sides, the scripts, they tend to, it depends on the studio, but they tend to say less and less about the project. There's a lot of guesswork, especially around stuff that's big, so it's a lot of NDA stuff. So, just to get some general buzzwords out of the descriptions they do give you, and then Google and see which video games have. We're lucky if we have the studio or the publisher, because if it's an EA game, the certain genre of them tend to have the same kind of energy. For most games, there's a lot of little things that go into it. I've learned over the years, but after a while, it just becomes autopilot.
Yeah, because you're not really given a script to necessarily memorize, right? So sometimes you walk into a studio and you're like, okay, what are we working on? So
I've had more and more sessions where like you will get the code name, you send in some voiceover lines, maybe 3 or 4 lines, and then they'll be like, great, your session's gonna be at 2 p.m. on Wednesday. And you're like, cool, which one was this? And then you go back and you listen to your 4 lines, and you're like, cool, script? No, you'll learn about everything, the character, when you walk in. It's a 4-hour session. And you walk in, and they go, actually, I think we want her to be British. And you go, awesome, cool, great, yeah, no problem.
Dubbing stuff, we have to match it to picture. So there are certain times, I believe I was a demon dying for, it's like, okay, this is a 10-second yell, and then then it goes up, and then down, and then back up, and then it was like a Shakespearean kind of like vaudeville death.
Well, I'm not going to ask you to do that because I want to save your breath. However, we are working on an unnamed horror project right now, which we can't talk about, but yes, we are working on something very cool right now. But if
you say so,
and I won't say what it is. But can you give us a little preview of? So one of the things you guys may not know about Kellen, which is very cool, is that he has. What you tell me it is
a demon.
A demon inside him. Yes, I know that.
Something.
Besides that, the physical side, you have like a thing with your.
I have a manipulable epiglottis.
Yeah. And so what he can do, so his normal voice is really cool. This is really, we're going to do this live because you will enjoy this.
Epiglottis?
It's a mouthful.
Whatever profile you put out ever, just, you should be leading with that.
If I could say that in the beginning of my career, I'd get hired for something, just the term.
I have a manipulable epiglottis.
Because a lot of actors get hired for their voice.
You say it like
So we were doing, I think it was one of our classes. We were doing something together, and a lot of times actors have to do multiple voices, right? It's not just the voice that you're cast of as you, but we're also doing things where we're having to do other creatures or other characters, that kind of stuff. And this guy pulls out this like 60-year-old man voice. I'm like, what? Like, how did you do that?
6-year-old man.
60.
Oh, 60.
60-year-old.
What's a 6-year-old man?
But then he starts doing these creature sounds, and I'm like, holy shit. I'm sorry.
Oh, is that what we're
I was thinking about, can I swear? And unbelievable. So without ripping yourself apart, can you just give us a little sample? Because this is amazing. Like, D. Bradley Baker, who was here yesterday. I don't think he's here today.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, and he was incognito. But D. Bradley Baker, if you guys don't know him, he years ago when he started doing Spider-Man and Star Wars and other things, he'd come to me and said, I want to be the next Frank Welker. And Frank Welker was a voice actor who did every animal and every creature in every movie. He did everything from Bugden and Aladdin and everything else, and he's just amazing. And that's what D got started on. And then this guy whips out this thing, and not that thing, this thing. Thank you.
When I'm drinking water, do you want this to be the splash section?
You know, they got the cushy seats, they pay for it.
Yeah. Something a little like... that kind of thing?
That kind of thing. Because, you know,
Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, and they've become a quick fan favorite because they're what the kids call a skrunkly. But they have this, they have the Son's kind of this. This is a good example of how a good script will help create a great character. I forget exactly who wrote it, but Jay Top and Brian Fairmouth and the guys at Steel Wool did a great job creating this sub-universe for Five Nights at Freddy's. When you get a picture, it's so easy. They're not going to always give you art, especially if they don't know you. But they gave me art, and I thought, oh, this guy's got a long nose, so maybe he's just a happy Squidward. And then the other side of it, it's like just do they said just do the creepiest thing you can do. So I'm like, okay. So that ended up being the two sides of it. Moon was a bit more chill, like. like a cat ready to pounce, and Sun was a bit more manic, like a cat running around the room. Eclipse came later in the DLC that just came out, Ruin, and they are partway between the two. They are the two halves finally at peace and combined with each other. And I felt like that there would be some relief in finally getting, having inner peace. So he just ended up being kind of this, sweetheart, have a Bazarific day. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. That's pretty much how they came about.
When you record that, are you flipping as you record the lines, or are you recording all of Moon and all of...
They'll have mercy, they'll let me do Sun first and then Moon.
Actually make you go insane?
Sometimes that happens with certain directors, but generally if it's, they'll trust you. They'll say, which will be less strenuous on your throat? Which would you like to do first? And I'm like, some control over the situation. So usually I choose Sun first. If we ever did it again with all three, I'd probably choose Eclipse first because there's no rasp at all in that. Oh, now that I think about it, it's kind of got the Ryan Stiles, Carol Channing thing going on.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that, but I have no more clips as soon after that clip we had to leave because I had a specific time to meet with Kellen Goff. I don't have me meeting him on video because I thought it would be a little rude to shove a camera in his face, plus I wanted to talk about voice acting and other projects rather than just FNAF. Right now what you're seeing is some videos of the show floor. There were tons of stuff being sold and it was just fun to look at everything around. I hope you guys enjoy some music while we go through the show floor. I'll see you guys in a little while. Hey guys, the rest of the vlog is me taking pictures with FNAF fans. I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of the vlog, and if anyone who's in the vlog is watching, I want to thank you for making my Midsummer Scream amazing. I think coming to Midsummer Scream has to be a new tradition for me and my family. Without further ado, I'll see you at the end of the photo shoot with fans. Bye.